Right Network. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
The Mueller report's interesting. After $35 million, with 13 increased to 18 angry Democrats, people that truly hated Donald Trump, they found no collusion whatsoever with Russia. But I could have told you that, and so could most people. And so could have everybody that voted for me, which was a lot of people. So after wasting all of this money and all of this time with people that were haters, people that worked on the Hillary Clinton Foundation, people that were absolutely haters of Trump, they found no collusion. It was an illegal investigation. It was started illegally. Everything about it was crooked. Every single thing about it. There were dirty cops. These were bad people. You look at McCabe and Comey, and you look at Lisa and Peter Strzok. These were bad people. And this was an attempted coup. This was an attempted takedown of a president. And we beat them. We beat them. So the Mueller report, when they talk about obstruction, we fight back. And you know why we fight back? Because I knew how illegal this whole thing was. It was a scam. And what I'm most interested in, is getting started. Hopefully the Attorney General, he mentioned it yesterday, he's doing a great job, getting started on going back to the origins of exactly where this all started. Because this was an illegal witch hunt. And everybody knew it. And they knew it too. And they got caught. And what they did was treason. What they did was terrible. What they did was against our Constitution and everything we stand for. So hopefully that will happen. There is a hunger for that to happen in this country like I have never seen before, including all of the millions of people that voted for me. What they did was disgraceful. There's never been anything like it in the history of our country. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to New Right Network tonight. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, making sense of it all, exposing the fake news, giving you the real news. And, guys, this is a hot day. Unbelievable in the news. I mean, if you've been following me on Twitter, you know I've been going absolutely nuts. We know that it was an attempt to coup. We know all the details. We know that it was not treasonous because we weren't at war, unless you want to consider the coup an act of war, which certainly could be. But as you saw in that opening clip, my Donald Trump calling it out, went straight to the woodshed with these people, calling out the coup, calling out treason. I'm not sure if he's used the word coup before. He may have. I'm not sure he's used the word treason before. He may have. But to use the word coup and treason together, unbelievable, folks. This is day 2 of Bill Barr, Attorney General Bill Barr. Just may be that knight on the white horse that showed up to town one day to help save us. Things are moving. They're moving in the right direction. William Barr, Attorney General Barr, you got a lot of faith in him. He's coming to the table. He's extremely professional. He's going by the book, and he's doing what needs to be done. God bless Attorney General Barr. Pray for his safety. Pray for his guidance and superhuman wisdom. Absolutely pray for Attorney General. And just to get some breaking news out of the way real quick, other than some of the bombs that Attorney General Barr dropped today, besides some of those, this is breaking news, if you will. This by at Hey Tammy Bruce. Tammy Bruce used to be the head of NARAL, the feminist and women's organization, and now she's not. And I'll tell you what, she lives the alternative lifestyle, which is fine. It doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother none of us. She's an incredibly beautiful woman, incredibly talented, with an education level just through the roof, a great, great individual. And she's come full circle, y'all. Supporter of Donald Trump, conservative type woman. And she tweeted this out today. Trump job approval jumps to 53%, 7 points higher than Barack Hussein Obama, by Breitbart News, that reporting that Trump's job approval ratings currently sits at 53%. And yes, that is a high. I'm super excited. People know people know what's going on. Americans know that the Democrats are out to get them. The Democrats don't have their best interest. I'm just doing show prep, and at the very last minute, I couldn't get it together. Socialism down in Venezuela has reached like melting level proportions. There's somebody videotaping on the street of a woman that was hit in the street. I don't know if she was dead or unconscious, but somebody on a motorcycle came by, and some other people came by and started taking the clothes. I took the jeans and left the person in the street, and everybody drove off. Yeah, that's socialism. That's what that'll get you, Bernie and AOC. So we've got real world examples of socialism on display. And socialism, it's just the avenue to get you to communism, full-blown communism. And as we saw in the Cold War at the very end, capitalism outspent it. Capitalism outgrew it. Capitalism was exponentially better when the folks in Russia, USSR, former USSR, when they start to see the Western ways and the clothes and the ideologies and the way that we lived and how much better it was, communism was doomed to fail. And so that's why you have these globalists around the world right now attacking Trump, attacking America, attacking Israel, because it's the two glaring examples of where every single government in this world does not work. We're the example of the opposite of what they are, and they're not working. We're showing them that this is how it works, and this is what we're doing. And breaking news over the night, I didn't want to report about it yesterday because I didn't know much, didn't know the final details, but apparently Benjamin Netanyahu wins a re-election, and upon his re-election, Donald Trump tweeted it out and subsequently gave him a phone call, which was very nice of our president. And Trump tweeted this out. It says, Trump flags being waved at Bibi Netanyahu victory celebration last night. What does that mean? No, that doesn't mean that they want Trump to be his president. They don't want Trump to be president because it's a nationalist ideology. It's who we are. It's who the Israelis are. They want their sovereignty. They want their country to be their ideology, their religion. They want to be who they want to be, and they don't want to be invaded by anybody else. We don't want any other ideologies here, and that's great, and that works for them. Just like the folks in Poland, it works for them. That's great. They don't want any other ideologies coming into their country and wrecking what they have, just as Donald Trump not shutting the border down, but getting really strong with border action and helping us citizens to remain America first, helping us to be a sovereign country. And I couldn't be more proud of President Trump. 2.5 years doing things that we had never seen. We have never witnessed any of this. Folks, pinch yourself every morning you wake up. We have never witnessed a president of the United States of America ever, and you probably never will, ever go so hardcore to help save America. I believe he's seen it from the depths and the bowels of the deep state. And I honestly believe, especially at the very onset of his presidency, he had no clue how bad and how rotten it was. And he was willing to give out an olive branch to say, okay, guys, let's make niceties and let's get this together. We're in year 2.5. There's no more niceties. There's no more olive branches. Sorry, Democrats. You've got you've had the Congress for 100 days now. You've had the House for 100 days, and what have you done? Absolutely nothing. They've done absolutely nothing, and people are seeing that they're doing nothing but screaming and yelling. So I'm on social media all day today, and I'm doing show prep, and I'm watching as things start to kind of pick up. First thing in the morning, I just kind of wasn't working out. Not writer's block, but just kind of, I was so sluggish, so tough to get started. And I just started going one by one, just started getting at it. And I'll tell you, it really started to unfold, especially with today's second day of Attorney General Barr's testimony. Folks, he is under oath when he's testifying, when he's talking to these people. So I know Cohen was under oath too. But that don't matter because Cohen's a dirty liar, and it's just the way he is. Comey a liar, that's just the way they are. But Attorney General Barr, he's under oath, and what he is saying holds so much weight to the words that he's saying. He's been involved in this. He's been working on this. He's been looking at the Mueller report. He's been asking questions. He has seen everything that we wished we could see, unredacted, all the information, everything from the spying, the FISA warrant, everything from Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, General Flynn. He's seen every single one of these bits and pieces, and he ain't happy, folks. So we'll get into that. Also, Candace Owens, some more information. Well, not more information. Her tape from yesterday. I've got another clip for you that I'm going to play. Just really, really good. And then we also have Soul. Soul Memes 1 did an incredible meme for Candace. Candace Wonder Woman meme. It's awesome, folks. You're going to love it. And then I got some funny stuff. Democrats on display. I don't even know if we'll even get to this. But we got Maxine Water, Mad Maxine. There's a reason why she's got that name. She is truly angry. And we'll see if we can't get to that video clip if you haven't seen it. It is just unbelievable. It shows you exactly who Democrats are. They're all the same. They're condescending. They're arrogant. They're narcissists. They're full of themselves, like they can never lose power. All the money that you'd ever wished for, they have it. The richest 0.001% in the entire world are our politicians. What a crying shame, as it started out as serving your country, and now it's serving yourself from the taxpayer dollars. And then Ilham Omar, there's a couple of things on her. She's gone crazy too. But let's get into what's going on with Attorney General Bill Barr. I can't say enough about this gentleman. Truly, and when I say, the knight coming in on a white horse, I'm not kidding. We've been wanting and begging for somebody to do something for so long, and it's so wretched awful when I think back at Jeff Sessions and how long this has gone on. Now, granted, folks, everything happens for a reason. Just like with Barack Obama winning his second term, I don't believe Donald Trump would have won if Barack Obama didn't win his second term. And why did I say that? I say that because it doubled down on our anger, and it doubled down on all the things that we resented with these elitist, these super elite politicians, where, as we know, all our entire life have been fraudsters. Every one of them a fraudster. You're voting for the lesser two evils. Which one's the less? I don't know. They lie to you, and then they get into office, and they never do a damn thing. And the things that they do aren't working out. Either more regulations, more taxes, more stuff for them to enrich their pockets. When Barack Hussein Obama took office at a $9 trillion deficit, when he left office, $19 trillion, almost going to 20. Where did all this money go? Where did all the money go? And I'm just saying, there is so much fraud. And now we've been screaming for years, somebody's got to pay. Somebody's got to answer for this. And Bill Barr showing the world that he's going to find the people to answer for this. And this at GOP, I'm going to be reviewing both the genesis and the conduct of intelligence activities directed at Trump campaign during the 2016 election. Here is William Barr, day 2.
I wonder if you can share with this committee who's on that team, why you felt a need to form that kind of a team, and what you intend to be the scope of their investigation.
Yeah, as I said in my confirmation hearing, I am going to be reviewing both the genesis and the conduct of intelligence activities directed at the Trump campaign during 2016. A lot of this has already been investigated, and a substantial portion of it has been investigated and is being investigated by the Office of Inspector General at the department. But one of the things I want to do is pull together all the information from the various investigations that have gone on, including on the Hill and in the department, and see if there are any remaining questions to be addressed.
And can you share with us why you feel a need to do that?
Well, for the same reason we're worried about foreign influence in elections. We want to make sure that during an election, I think spying on a political campaign is a big deal. It's a big deal. Generation I grew up in, which was the Vietnam War period, people were all concerned about spying on anti-war people and so forth by the government. And there were a lot of rules put in place to make sure that there's an adequate basis before our law enforcement agencies get involved in political surveillance. I'm not suggesting that those rules were violated, but I think it's important to look at that. And I'm not talking about the FBI necessarily, but intelligence agencies more broadly.
So you're not suggesting, though, that spying occurred?
I don't. I guess you could. I think spying did occur. Yes, I think spying did occur.
My wires is tapped. Barack Hussein Obama. My wires have been tapped. We knew it was true. We saw it. We knew Barack Obama was making fun of Donald Trump by calling out, saying my wires are tapped. I tweeted out about it. I went all the way back and found Donald Trump's original tweet where he claimed that his wires were tapped. I guess I don't have that. Okay. So going all the way back, when Donald Trump tweeted out in March, said that his wires had been tapped, he was given the heads up that they were literally spying on him and listening into the phone calls, and then he tweeted that out. Now we're finding out IG Horowitz, his investigation, all the investigations that have gone on, everything that Bill Barr is looking at, and he drops a bombshell today. Yes, I think wires were tapped. I think spying was happening. Donald Trump blowing up. This was a coup. This is treason. At very little, this is sedition. And now we've got the evidence. It's all coming out. We've had it before, but it's never been brought to light in a sense to where it's mainstream information. And this, folks, this is a bombshell today, this testimony by Barr. I mean, to the point to where you've got Paul Sperry. I've been following Paul Sperry _ for a long time. He's a former D.C. bureau chief for investigators and Business Daily. And this is unusual for him to tweet something out like this. He tweeted this out all in caps. Today's Senate testimony by AG Barr marked a monumental inflection point in history. He officially confirmed the Spygate scandal, which a panicked MSM now shifts from playing offense on bogus Russian collusion scandal to playing defense for the FBI, DOJ, IC on the real scandal, Spygate, and the book by Dan Bongino, Spygate. And a lot of there are tons of books that are out about this, and we know Donald Trump has retweeted Dan Bongino's book multiple times, and this is so big that you couldn't find any of this trending on social media. You heard me right. All day on social media, no Barr, no testimony, no Russian collusion, no Spygate, nothing. Nothing trending. I couldn't find anything on the Twitter. I couldn't find anything on other websites that monitor Twitter and Twitter's trending. That's how big this is. I'm serious. Jack's been at it. All the higher-ups, they knew that this was going to come one day, and they've got their algorithms out. They've got people manually altering and saying, do not allow these words to trend. Don't allow MAGA to trend. Don't allow America First to trend. Don't allow Spygate to trend. All these words are trigger words, and they will not allow it to trend. That's why you've got new news media like us right here at New Right Network Tonight, the new network. Lots of great writers there. You got our show there. We're joined together to make this grow for the real news so that you can get the real news in real time. And again, we go Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. You find us on the Facebooks at New Right Network and at Smith Radio. And also, if you look down below, at Smith Radio and at Brian P. Smith on Twitter and at New Right Network on Twitter as well. Great information coming out. I just tweeted out before we went live, and in case you folks didn't see it, before we went live, I played Donald Trump's almost 2-minute rant where he just blows up on the media this afternoon. I just posted that on Twitter, and within 30 minutes, it was over 100 likes, dozens and dozens of retweets, just taken off because this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for since late 2016 when Russia started up, when the whole collusion hoax started up. And I'm not going to go through it all because you guys know. You guys have been with me for the whole time, and you guys know what the real deal is. You know where the Russian collusion is. You know all the ins and outs. You know everything that's going on with the Ukrainian influence, paying to help Hillary Clinton win. You know all the leaked information on all the different characters. You know what's right and you know what's not right. And here, I'll play this again for you if you're just jumping on the show. This is Donald Trump today blasting the media about the entire Spygate, the entire time that Barack Obama, this is Barack Obama's watch. All the spying, all the hacking, everything. And remember the Chinese hack. What, Chinese hack? No, Chinese hacked our government. It was a huge scandal. The Chinese hack under Barack Obama. And then we got the Russian hacks, if it ever was a Russian hack. We are in the camp of Seth Rich. We know the details of how and why it would be an insider job. And not only that, but WikiLeaks also alluded to, very, very strongly alluded to, their source was Seth Rich. And this, Donald Trump today, just absolutely inflamed.
The Mueller report's interesting. After $35 million, with 13 increased to 18 angry Democrats, people that truly hated Donald Trump, they found no collusion whatsoever with Russia. But I could have told you that, and so could most people. And so could have everybody that voted for me, which was a lot of people. So after wasting all of this money and all of this time with people that were haters, people that worked on the Hillary Clinton Foundation, people that were absolutely haters of Trump, they found no collusion. It was an illegal investigation. It was started illegally. Everything about it was crooked. Every single thing about it. There were dirty cops. These were bad people. You look at McCabe and Comey, and you look at Lisa and Peter Strzok. These were bad people. And this was an attempted coup. This was an attempted takedown of a president. And we beat them. We beat them. So the Mueller report, when they talk about obstruction, we fight back. And you know why we fight back? Because I knew how illegal this whole thing was. It was a scam. And what I'm most interested in, what I'm most interested in is getting started. Hopefully the Attorney General, he mentioned it yesterday, he's doing a great job, getting started on going back to the origins of exactly where this all started. Because this was an illegal witch hunt, and everybody knew it, and they knew it too, and they got caught. And what they did was treason. What they did was terrible. What they did was against our Constitution and everything we stand for. So hopefully that will happen. There is a hunger for that to happen in this country like I have never seen before, including all of the millions of people that voted for me. What they did was disgraceful. There's never been anything like it in the history of our country. Thank you.
Never been anything like it in the history of our country. Never been anything like it in the history of our country. He's absolutely right. And yes, his supporters are through the roof with this because we know the facts. And now all of a sudden the Democrat supporters are starting to realize we were right the whole time. You're voting Democrat. You're voting for a fraudulent party. You're voting for a party that lies, cheats, and steals in order to win. You're voting for a party that's propped up by propaganda coming out of the MSNBCs and the CBS and the CNNs of the world, the fake news. These people are reeling, and now we're starting to see it in their numbers. CNN, Rachel Maddow, she's plummeting again. I know she's with MSNBC, but she's plummeting again. CNN's ratings are plummeting. I don't know how much lower you can go with that. While at the same time, Donald Trump's approval rating is at an all-time high, 53% approval rating. And I just can't say enough about these Republicans that are doing the heavy lifting, doing the heavy work for us, for our country. It's just an incredible... Folks, it's an incredible time to be alive right now because we're starting to see the turn of the tide to where Donald Trump legally can now start to go after the bad ones, the deep staters, the ones that have been coming after us for the last 2.5 years. Barack Obama, I mean, I know Mark Taylor's prophecies, and if you want to say the prophecies are coming true, folks, let me just say this. I'm not shocked that this has happened. This is not what my excitement is about. I'm not excited that all of a sudden, we've seen the light. And it's in. No. I'm excited, and I'm not shocked. I'm excited that now, finally, we've got an attorney general, not a disgraced Jeff Sessions. What a nightmare. Jeff Sessions has got to be sitting back saying, God, I hope I don't go to jail. Whatever they had on Jeff Sessions, him and then appointing Huber to do a special counsel, special investigation, Huber out of Utah, when you got IG Horowitz, you've got Attorney General Barr, they're doing what Sessions and Huber was supposed to do for 2 years. This didn't have to happen. But the fact that it did happen and it went so bad, so wrong, and for so long, now Donald Trump is going to absolutely put an end to this. His administration, hopefully, I don't know how it's possible, but hopefully you can put mechanisms in place so that this never happens again. I don't know how you stop. If you get an elected official like Barack Obama back in office, I don't know how you stop that. I mean, he's going to do it again. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, whoever it is, if they get into office, they're going to do everything they can to turn the tides and wreck it again. So, superhuman wisdom for Donald Trump and his campaign to right this ship, to get it in the right place, and make it so that this never happens again. Fingers crossed. But check this out, at Jim_Jordan. Jim Jordan and Republicans, also Mark Meadows and a handful of other guys this morning held a speech, held a talk in front of the press and just kind of laid out where they want to go, what's going on. They're going after Cohen. They're going after Cohen. They say Cohen lied 7 times. Cummins, hey, you said that if Cohen lies again, you're going to be on top of that. Not only that, but all of a sudden we find out now that before Cohen goes to prison, Cohen calls up the Democrats and say, hey, check this out. I got some new tapes, some new audio, some new stuff. Get me back up in front of you so I could talk, and you guys let me get out of the jail, the prison thing, and I'll slips you some new tapes. I don't think that's going to happen. Cummins is a hardcore lib, but I don't think he's dumb enough to ruin his reputation, especially now that we see this whole Mueller report. The whole thing just imploding, and Barr saying that he's going to release it next week. Redacted, of course. Adam Schiff acting like a knucklehead today. He's not letting it go. Hold on to it as long as you want, Schiff. It just makes you look awful, awful, awful. And again, at Jim_Jordan. Mark Meadows and I joined Laura Ingraham to discuss Attorney General Barr's testimony, the Inspector General's investigation into the FISA abuse, and next steps holding Michael Cohen accountable for lying.
Next guest certainly didn't miss that. And joining me now, Congressman Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows. Congressman Jordan, do you expect this report to bring some resolution?
I hope so. The Inspector General's reports have always been good, and it's interestingly enough, Mark and I met with Mr. Horowitz today, and he said exactly what the Attorney General said. He said that in May or June, he expects his report. If you remember the last one last year, he's the one who told us about Andy McCabe, who lied 3 times under oath, lied to the Inspector General himself, lied to James Comey. So we expect the Inspector General to do the good work that he's always done, and like the Attorney General said, and you're right, the Attorney General has handled himself so professionally, so solid, so steady. I think what the American people want in an Attorney General. I've been very impressed with him.
He said made another point about the FISA abuse investigation. You guys did your own.
Right.
Been calling for another one. Let's watch what Barr said.
I am reviewing the conduct of the investigation and trying to get my arms around all the aspects of the counterintelligence investigation that was conducted during the summer of 2016.
Tonight we learn he has a team. He's put together some team of people. We don't know who's on the team, but what do you expect?
Yeah, I don't know who's on the team, but I can tell you if they're near the quality of this AG, we can expect great things. I think Jim and I have walked away very, very impressed with 2 things. One is he wants to get to the truth and make sure the American people have the truth before them, wherever it leads. And the second is that he is extremely diligent about making sure that no stone goes unturned. I mean, he's looking at every aspect. And so this particular comment was refreshing to Jim and I because it goes beyond, it appears it goes beyond what the IG is looking into.
And notice the time frame. He said the summer of 2016. He's going to the start of this. Remember, that's what was so important about this. This is when Christopher Steele starting to give the installments on the dossier. And remember, they take this dossier to the secret court, and they don't tell the court who paid for it. They don't tell the court that Christopher Steele is biased against the president, extremely biased against the president, and they don't tell the court that later they had terminated Steele from actually working.
They lied about Carter Page. I'm going to say this tonight. They lied. I've had Carter Page on the show. He's a quirky kind of guy. But I went through the oligarchs, all the people. I never met him. Like, I saw someone at a conference, said hi in the hallway. I don't even... But the guy that this is a linchpin of some big, election manipulations, it was ridiculous. He was used as a lever to get
Well, you're exactly right.
I'm sorry.
No, you're exactly right. I think one of the interesting things is 4 different FISAs on Carter Page and no indictment. I mean, come on. It's
Hey, guys, what I talked about on the angle, I'm very serious about this. I happen to know Bill Barr. I've known him for decades, okay?
Yeah.
The fact that a man like that, who was Attorney General, he was a CEO of the top telecom company in the world, internationally acclaimed, incredible person, had to put up with that and still has to put up with it. Not oversight, but abuse. This is abuse. This is what Nadler and Schumer are saying about him. Let's watch.
He is a biased person. He is someone who is an agent of the administration, is an appointee, a political appointee of the president, whose interests he may very well be protecting here.
I don't think Barr has conducted himself in a manner that earns people's trust. Color me dubious that he's going to be fair unless he proves otherwise.
Laura, one of the interesting things when we look at that, Jerry Nadler says this for television, but in private, he's exactly the opposite. There's 2 Jerry Nadlers out there, and there's the one that wants all about transparency when he comes before the American people, but in the privacy of rooms where Jim and I have been, he wants to make sure that everything is protected and orchestrated just the way he wants. It's time that we peel it back and let the American people.
But what did they expect, that Bill Barr or the AG was going to be chosen by Nadler? Yeah. He's like, well, this is Trump's chosen guy. Duh. And remember when Holder said he was Obama's wingman when he was Attorney General? They didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, Bill Barr's a good man doing a good job. These guys can't help themselves. They're so focused on the president, they can't help the country. Think about last week. Nadler does his subpoena for the Mueller report, even though Bill Barr said he's going to give it to us in a matter of days. Cummings does 2 letters to the bank and to the accountant of the president seeking his private business records. And Richard Neal, the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, says, I want his tax return for purely political reasons. All in 1 week. These guys are completely focused on that and not doing what's best for the country.
We got a crisis on the southern border. We're going to get into this later.
Exactly.
Crisis on the southern border. 150,000 people they estimate could be coming in just this month. Yep. And they want the tax returns. Maxine's making a big deal about it.
These are 2020 subpoenas. They have nothing to do with transparency.
What about Cohen? You have a big press conference tomorrow. Any sneak peek? What can we get from you?
We've got a plan that we're going to really make sure that we hold Cohen accountable.
A prison ministry? What are you all doing?
And put everybody on record.
He lied 7 times to Congress. 2 are just indisputable, I should say. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow, and we're going to be joined by the minority leader, Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it'll be good. Tune in at 11.
Thank you for...
All right. I know that ran a little bit long, folks, but I really wanted you to get the gist, just the wrap up. These are the guys that are heading this up. These are the Republicans that we've been waiting for to come out of the shadows and to really be staunch supporters for Donald Trump and really knock it out of the park. And again, today they had their conference and it was incredible. I took a 2-minute montage. I put it together of Jim Jordan just hammering it out against Cohen lying against AG and how he's moving forward with this and really helping to make America great again. And it was just an incredible thing. Follow me on Twitter, at Brian P. Smith, SMYTH, on Twitter, and you'll be able to see all the different things that are going on throughout the day. And we're running out of time, so we got to get to all this other stuff. This by Megavolt001. I can't say enough about Megavolt001. Really doing some heavy lifting over there on Twitter. Hashtag coup, hashtag dossier, hashtag Hillary. James Baker tells Congress he received Hillary-funded junk dossier from liberal hack reporter David Corn. Representative Doug Collins released a transcript of former FBI counsel James Baker's first interview with the House Judiciary Committee, and the article is written by thegatewaypundit.com. What does this mean? This means that David Corn, who's a writer for Mother Jones, hack job, fake news, propaganda. David Corn was working with Christopher Steele getting out and the leaking. And that's why Christopher Steele was originally fired from the FBI. And then the FBI told Bruce Orr to create a back channel to be able to talk to Christopher Steele and get more stuff. So he created a back channel with his wife Nellie Orr and Fusion GPS with Glenn Simpson. And all of these crooks, all of them went out to the American embassy out there in the Ukraine, along with the Clintons and the Obamas, to have one big giant party to get more information of Russian PP-Gate dossier garbage. And apparently there were 3 different dossiers, maybe even a 4th in the works. And this wasn't going to stop. This was not going to stop until they either won the election or took Trump out at the knees. And with all these people working together like this is only can be chalked up to a miracle from God. Without a doubt, a miracle from God, a blessing. Say your prayers and thank God that Donald Trump won, because if he hadn't, there was no turning back. We knew it. We knew there was no turning back from this. And again, James Baker, who was working as counsel to James Comey. Also, he was involved with Bruce Orr and kind of going back and forth with everybody. He testified under oath that they had to convince him that Hillary Clinton should be let go. He said all up until the day that Comey announced it, they had to convince James Baker that she was good to go. It was all right. So I'm not saying that he's one of the good ones, but I'm just saying even when you're thick as thieves and you can't get your other thief buddies to go along with you, I mean, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad if you can't get everybody else to go along with you. And it's too much, guys. It's too much. But this is a good day. This is not a bad day, folks. This is a good day. Really happy that all this stuff is starting to come out. And this tweet by, I just started following this individual, unseen1_unseen. You all remember that time Evelyn Farkas told the world on MSNBC that the Obama administration spied on Trump's campaign and transition, but the fake news media told us we didn't hear it. At least not hear what we thought we heard. And then AG Barr said, we heard her right the first time. Good times are coming. And this was retweeted out. This was the comment to, and it was on YouTube. Let's see. That's the wrong one. I got to give credit to where credit's due, because someone tweeted out right away. There it is. Tweeted this out right away. This by @DigitalForest. And here's Evelyn Farkas on MSNBC.
Actually knew about this attempt to get and preserve information. And full transparency, we're doing some work yourself. Tell us about that.
Well, I was urging my former colleagues and frankly speaking, the people on the Hill. Mm-hmm. It was more actually aimed at telling the Hill people, get as much information as you can, get as much intelligence as you can before President Obama leaves the administration, because I had a fear that somehow that information would disappear with the senior people who left. So it would be hidden away in the bureaucracy, that the Trump folks, if they found out how we knew what we knew about the Trump staff's dealing with Russians, that they would try to compromise those sources and methods, meaning we would no longer have access to that intelligence. So I became very worried because not enough was coming out into the open, and I knew that there was more. We have very good intelligence on Russia. So then I had talked to some of my former colleagues, and I knew that they were trying to also help get information to the Hill.
A lot going on today.
Yeah.
Mark,
that's why you have the leaking.
Exactly.
People are worried.
All right.
That's why you have the leaking. People are worried. We knew this from day one. These hack job liberals, they can't even keep their own stories straight. I don't get what she thought she was going to accomplish by this, but we realize now, and we knew then, that this was a whistle to all the people in the administration. get yourself cleaned up. Make sure we got everything on Trump, because if he wins or if he gets in, our ties, our lines of communication, our information lines will be severed, meaning that they won't be able to go to the NSA database as they were spying on Americans overseas, spying on Americans here. Yeah, the database. Right. No, wouldn't have that. Bruce Orr's wife, Nellie Orr, a Russian specialist, as she's classified, and we are under the assumption that she was one of the ones that were brought in to the NSA to look at the database, to spy on Americans as an outside contractor, and accidentally ran across the name Michael Cohen in Prague. Right, I remember that one. So anyways, this woman, Evelyn Farkas, Obama's Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense, Hillary Clinton's advisor, admitting to all this going down. That was Flashback Friday on Wednesday, if you will. And like I said, I want to give credit where credit was due. That was posted up real quick right away by Digital Forests, at Digital Forest. And then we've got, we got to get going pretty quick. We're running out. We've got a good friend of the show, George Papadopoulos tweeting out today, once my FISA warrant is released and it shows two things, that Obama was spying on me for my legitimate policy ties to Israel, and that Joseph Mifsud was lied about to look like a Russian asset, it's going to open a whole new can of worms. Yes, folks. Think about that. Mifsud was on part. Well, we know now that FBI was attempting to get hired on at the Trump campaign, and either by spying or also by acting as a Russian agent, so that they could say, "Oh, see, there's a real Russian agent," or get Mifsud to get into the Trump campaign, or to somehow coordinate with the Trump campaign, and all of a sudden now we've got Russian collusion. George Papadopoulos, a great guy. He's got his life back together. He's got the best. He married up. You would talk about Pop. Oh, George married up. He got the greatest wife ever. She is such a cool woman. So solid. She's like those. She is an Italian. She's a true Italian from Italy, not from Russia. They kept saying that his wife was Russian asset. She's from Italy, speaks Italian, and just an awesome woman. And all this coming out now, all the details, it is truly going to put a whole nother spin on this. It's going to, we've known all this for years and years. Your neighbors have laughed at us for years and years. People that we've talked to about this stuff, some have been shocked and awe and in disbelief, but now it is absolutely out and it's coming to light. And I just can't, you just can't make all this up. So, okay, real quick, here's that montage that I made of Jim Jordan today. This is Jim Jordan today in the meeting. The montage: 1, Cohen lied; 2, Barr cleaning house. And then I wrote, thank you, real Donald Trump, hashtag America First, New Right Network, and at Smith Radio. And Jim Jordan.
As has been said, first announced witness of the 116th Congress, Michael Cohen. First big hearing of the 116th Congress. Michael Cohen, a guy who's going to prison in 3.5 weeks for lying to Congress, comes in front of Congress, lies again at least 7 times. And because we do nothing about it, what happened last week? Michael Cohen sent a letter to Democrats. What did he say? Shazam, I found a new hard drive. If you can all help me stay out of prison, I promise I'll help you some more. I'll come in front of Congress and lie again. I mean, talk about making a mockery of the process. That's why this is so important. And as Mark just said, we have done everything we can to give the Democrats an opportunity to do the right thing, stand up for the accountability of how this institution is supposed to work, stand up for the American people. 42 days. We've sent letters we've done a referral to the Attorney General. We've sent a letter to Chairman Cummings. We've sent a letter to the Intel Committee, release his testimony there, because we think he said the same thing there that he said in front of our committee. So we've done everything possible. So I say this all the time. Why don't you just do what you said? You said it 3 times, the chairman did, right in that hearing. If you're not square with us, we're going to hold you accountable. and he certainly wasn't, without question on the White House question, seeking employment at the White House, and without question on the pardon issue, we know that what he said was false. I've been very impressed with the Attorney General. He said yesterday in the hearing in front of the Appropriations Subcommittee that he's going to go back to the beginning, back to the summer of 2016, and examine what took place. What we do know, when information was taken to the FISA court, we do know that they didn't tell him who paid for the dossier. We do know that they didn't tell him that Christopher Steele had a strong bias against the president, so strong that he said he was desperate to stop Trump. And we do know that Christopher Steele at some point was terminated, and they didn't tell that to the FISA court either. So the Attorney General knows those facts. I trust that he'll do the kind of investigation that we want the United States Attorney General to do.
Okay, that's not the end of the show. That's not the end of the show, but I just put that clip, that sound, and at the end of that clip that I posted on Twitter. Oh, come on, man. What are we doing? There we go. Just post that clip on Twitter. That was Jim Jordan today, just going at it with the reporters. The questions that were being asked you couldn't hear, but his responses were priceless. Really just going at it. Trump tweeting out, that was 4th of March, 2017. Terrible, just found out Obama had my wires tapped. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, wires were tapped. And that's knucklehead. Oh my goodness, this is it's just unbelievable how Adam Schiff is an elected official. I'm shocked by this. I tweeted out to him, Comey told real Donald Trump he was not under investigation. So how is it that Trump obstruction of justice happened? This is insane. I'm not even going to play the clip. It's so insane. But Adam Schiff is on MSNBC. He's still lying and cheating. MSNBC still lying and cheating. And Adam Schiff says, in 2 years, post-Watergate rules have been obliterated after Trump, a president under investigation, can fire the FBI director leading the probe, fire the attorney general not protecting him, and will appoint one who will. It's the most profound attack on the rule of law in decades. I said, rule of law? What are you talking about, man? First off, Trump was told, and Comey even said that he told Trump, you're not under investigation. And we know that Comey lied. We know that Comey leaked. And we know that Comey was involved in the Russia gate, and he had to be fired. We also know Rod Rosenstein circumvented McCabe to get Comey fired and then went to Trump again to get McCabe fired. Sorry, guys. Jeff Sessions, DOA. Jeff Sessions assisted Adam Schiff and the Democrats by not doing his job, by on day one recusing himself from the Russia investigation. They had him made. They had Jeff Sessions. They had their thumb on him, and we know it. And now this. Guys, this is the worst day the presidents this is the worst day the Democrats have ever had. And you should have seen it on Twitter. I posted this up. It was actually, here, let me show it to you. This was the original. Before Trump went all coup and treason, I went ahead and remade a new thumbnail for the show. But this was the original thumbnail that I had for the show. And for those of you audio only, it says AG Barr, now worst day ever. And it's the one millennial crying, screaming up to the sky with the red, white, and blue star-spangled top hat on. And she's screaming, this is the worst day ever. Well, it was the worst day until Donald Trump spoke, and then it made it like the double worst day ever for the Democrats. And now we got Tom Fitton. He's going gangbusters over there at Judicial Watch. This on top of everything going on. Judicial Watch breaking. JW announced today that it uncovered 422 pages of FBI documents showing evidence of cover-up discussions related to the Clinton email system within Platte River Networks, one of the vendors who managed the Clinton email system. They've got the documents, they've got the paperwork that shows the cover-up of Hillary Clinton. This is one of 3 tweets. The documents also show Intel Community Inspector General, ICIG, Charles McGillicuddy, forwarding concerns about classified information in former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails. These new documents show various Obama agencies were protecting Hillary Clinton from the consequences of her misconduct. They're going after the Clintons. They're going after the Obamas. They're going after the people that were attempting, working together, orchestrating this coup. Trump's using the word treason. Go ahead. Let's start using the word treason. I don't care anymore. But we're just playing with semantics now. I mean, there's no shots fired, but we technically are at war right now. And Adam Schiff is keeping it up. The white flags are being flown by various people in the administration. And Adam Schiff, he didn't get the memo. And he's not flying his white flag. So we're still at war. Treason it is, Donald Trump. Treason it is. Absolutely sedition, but definitely treason. And Candace Owens tweeted this out. To shift real quick and wrap up on some good news. Candace Owens tweeted this out today. If you thought Trump colluded with Russia, that Jussie Smollett was attacked by a polar vortex, and that I, Candace Owens, had anything to do with a terror attack in New Zealand, you are being victimized by an extraordinary low IQ and a media which is relentlessly taking advantage of it. Yes, folks, she was relentlessly being attacked today, and this is the clip. This is unbelievable how these Democrats are treating her. I'm sorry, the clip was put up today, but this was by her testimony yesterday. And I am shocked at how these Democrats are attacking an intelligent, beautiful black woman because it looks racist now for something she said she didn't say. And here's Candace Owens from yesterday.
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
Witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again. Witness.
This is Nadler. This is the one that we're all fighting right now.
May continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said. May I continue? As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of trying to drum up narrative.
That's fake news at work, folks. Fake news at work. I can't say enough about this young woman. This is the hope for our future right here. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, and a lot of the young folks that are coming up. Truly, folks, this is the hope for our future, and I'm very excited about it. And this by Saul. You guys, you got to follow at Saul Memes 1. This is incredible. It's emotional. Watch what he did. And for those of you audio only, it's Candace Owens' face on the body of Wonder Woman and Donald Trump and Trump Jr. in the trenches as Wonder Woman destroys everybody. And then they finally jump out and take her side. pillar of the Nazi, the Rocky, the Third Reich.
You gotta tell them silent breed is people!
Oh, guys, this is going to be one heck of an election. I am thoroughly excited about all the opportunities that are coming up, everything that we're doing. It is just so great. Again, we here at New Right Network, we do this out of our own pocket. We do this with the help of our Patreons. We just have this desire to get the real news out. We have the ability to get the news out, and we love to do our job. Thank you so much to all the Patreons that help us here. Jump over to smith.tv. If you've been blessed, if God has blessed you in your finances, please feel free to jump over to smith.tv. Become a Patreon. Check out the new mugs, Smith TV mugs. Check out the new mugs. Get you a cheap T-shirt. There's large mugs and small mugs, all kinds of great stuff. And I thank you to Vesey and Lotus. Man, I can't believe I forgot Vesey and Lotus for helping put that all together. Thank you so much. And again, folks, this is New Right Network Tonight. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, making sense of it all, and exposing the fake news media, giving you the real news. What an incredible Wednesday. So much greatness going on in America. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. Guys, start praying for these folks. I'll tell you who's going to need your prayers now. It's going to be Attorney General Barr. Watch out. Keep them safe. Take care of the administration. Let's continue to clean this up and make America great again. Peace out.
With unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.
You've been listening to New Right Network, mobilizing, countering, energizing. Online at newrightnetwork.com.